Hi, this is Reich, and I have a very, very exciting YouTube channel update to share with you today. So, we are starting over again. I have decided to reboot this entire YouTube channel. So, it is a new era, a new beginning, and I am so excited about this. I really feel like the caterpillar transforming into a beautiful butterfly. I'm already feeling much more free and excited about everything that is happening. So, let me tell you what this is all about. I'm Ron Reich, and if you're watching this video, you probably have connected with me at some point in the past. And maybe you've seen a couple of my YouTube videos in the past, or maybe one of them, maybe none of them. It really doesn't matter because we, again, are starting over. Let me just tell you a little bit about what's going on here, why I've decided to reboot this channel, and what is on the horizon, what is coming ahead. So if you look at this channel, you can see that I've recorded maybe not the most videos in the world, but I've essentially haphazardly been recording videos over the past few years. Let me just give you a little bit of a history of kind of like what's been going on with the channel, and then I'll tell you what we have coming up. So basically, I think I recorded my first YouTube video, I think it was probably around 2021, 2022, something like that. And I literally had no idea what I was doing when it comes to growing a YouTube channel and just recording videos on YouTube. Essentially, I've always been good at modeling other people. That's pretty much been my MO when it comes to a lot of different things. And I just decided that I wanted to, build my brand, do those types of things. And so at the time I was actually focusing mostly on Instagram. And long story short, I was focused on Instagram, and I was living in Colombia at the time, and I was like, okay, let me do YouTube. Let me start putting out some YouTube content. And I remember one of my biggest inspirations is a guy by the name of Brian Johnson. His current website is heroic.us. And he would do, every day he would do a +1. He would basically do a 2 to 3 minute video on a super tip about personal development or whatnot. And I kind of just wanted to model that essentially. So I started creating my own. I call them A-player insights basically. It's kind of my version of that. And I was like, oh, I'm just going to put these up. I had no idea. I did not look at all into like how to grow a YouTube channel, how to create a thumbnail. I was not doing any of that stuff at all. I had a professional videographer that I was working with. He would come over. We would record some videos for Instagram, and then I would also record a few YouTube videos. And that is what I did. That was essentially what what the initial versions of YouTube videos on this channel were. That's basically what I did. And I think I never liked recording videos. And so that just kind of fizzled out. And then it was actually, I think I didn't record any YouTube videos for about 3 or 4 years after that. And what ended up happening was late in 2024, I was really burnt out and kind of tired of being a business coach, being a consultant. I was just kind of burnt out by the industry. I was feeling that this was a contracting industry. I wasn't excited about it. And then, of course, like many people do, I decided to pivot. And what I really focused on, so this was really most of last year, kind of late 2024 going into 2025, I really decided to go in a spiritual direction. I really wanted to, that was the thing I was really passionate about. not spirituality per se, but more like personal development, self-optimization, that universe. And that's was like, I was like, oh, this is my destiny to really, really get into that and really build that audience. I had seen that there's quite a few, that this is a huge market especially on YouTube. There's a lot of these creators with these big spiritual followings, these big personal development followings. And so that's something that I was really, really excited about getting into, about modeling, about emulating. And so last year, I really focused on growing my YouTube channel in this new spiritual direction. And so this time I actually did things the correct way to start with. I ended up, doing research on like what are the other channels, like what are they doing? And then there's the whole art and science of finding out what topics are trending, how you create thumbnails and whatnot. So I was really focused on that. And I spent quite a few months really putting videos out consistently along those lines. I was spending time scripting out videos word for word. I would use the teleprompter, and you can go check. They're here on this channel. Some of those videos were pretty good. Some of them were not pretty good. It was still relatively early stages for me. But a couple of things ended up happening. One of them is that I didn't really like recording those videos. It was just a lot of work, just getting everything set up, getting the camera, getting the script. It just was not my jam. And the other thing was that I love personal development. I love all the spirituality stuff. It turned out in hindsight that was really not the right time to lean into that. That I ended up around August, September of last year. That's when I got reinvigorated when it comes to being a business coach, being a consultant, really helping people specifically with their launches, with their marketing. And so that's kind of why I basically stopped recording those types of videos. And then I never really was excited about getting back into recording YouTube videos for like my main brand, for my business coaching, marketing consulting type stuff. And so I was essentially focusing on other things. I was getting clients mostly through speaking and partnerships, going to events and things like that. I do a lot of things on Facebook as well. So just like YouTube was not really a priority. But recently, I've gotten more excited. Just to have a couple notes here, just in case you're wondering. But recently, I have gotten really excited about YouTube, and I really do think, again, this is nothing new. I do think that YouTube really is a very powerful platform in the future, like both now and in the future. And I do think there's a lot of potential, not just generally to grow, to grow an audience, to grow a brand on YouTube. It's very powerful from a general sense. Also, the way the world's going, I do think there's just a lot of valuable in essentially long form content. The people who can really spend time connecting with you for longer periods of time, I think there's a lot of value about that. And one thing that I've been talking about lately is this idea of the oxytocin economy versus the dopamine economy, meaning that if we're able to optimize our marketing for oxytocin and true human connection, that is going to be the best way for us to stand out in the age of AI. And arguably the best way to do that, or definitely one of the best ways to do that in kind of more of a online, more of a leverage sense, is by putting out long form content on YouTube, but also not just long form content like a lot of people are doing, but really genuine content where you're really connecting with people and you're really showing like your full three-dimensional character. Really, the less you can hold back, the better off you're going to be. So that's what I'm really excited about. That's what I'm really leaning into with this new version of my YouTube channel. So I'm going to tell you about exactly what I have in store, what the new channel is going to look like in just a second. But before I tell you about that, I'm going to tell you what it's not. I tried doing the thing where I would model what other people are doing. I mean, pretty much it seems like everybody online in the kind of internet marketing space, they're all essentially copying people like Alex Hormozy and Dan Martell and Sunny L. I can't remember how to pronounce her last name. Who's the other? You get what I'm saying. So it's just like anything. Those people are doing amazing. They're doing amazing work. I mean, it's very admirable what they're doing. And for me personally, I'm just not that guy. That's not going to work for me for many reasons. So what I need to do is I need to do what's true for me, what's real for me. So as you can see, I don't even have my fancy camera right now. I will in future videos, but just using my webcam, and I do have hopefully I'm sounding okay with my nice microphone. Plan is not going to be to have the most fancy, well-produced, most well-edited videos on earth. The plan really is to just really bring all of me to the extent that I can to this channel to hopefully make it as valuable as I possibly can for you. So what I'm going to be sharing with you is I'm going to be sharing with you a few things. One thing I'm going to be sharing with you some of the most powerful content and frameworks that I know of that are going to help you grow your business. This is actually, I've been an entrepreneur for over 20 years. I've been coaching entrepreneurs for over a decade. I'm really awesome when it comes specifically to helping coaches and experts make a lot of money in a short amount of time, really helping them optimize their launches, optimize their marketing. So I'm excited to share with you like my best strategies, techniques, frameworks when it comes to that, because that's something that I know is going to help you quite a bit. I'm also really one of my other expert topics is all things related to personal development, high performance, self-optimization. So I'm going to be sharing with you some of my favorite frameworks, strategies, techniques, insights, etc. on those lines. And of course, business development and personal development, they're very intertwined. So of course, there's nothing new under the sun there. So I'm going to be teaching you. I'm going to be giving you some information that I know is going to be valuable for you, that you can apply and make more money, perform at a higher level, be more productive, and whatnot. So I'm not going to do any of that stuff. But what I also am going to do, I'm also just going to, there's going to be a lot of off-topic stuff on this channel. I'm going to be sharing with you things that are on my mind. I'm going to talk about the books I'm reading, the non-business books I'm reading, like the latest fantasy novels that I read. I'm going to be talking about things like heavy metal, my latest jiu-jitsu competitions, my jiu-jitsu training. I'm going to be talking about just stuff like that. A lot of off-topic stuff. Because really what I want to create is I want to create really the channel that I would like to, that doesn't exist, that I would like to exist essentially. So no one is creating that channel. So I have to be the person, of course, that's creating that channel. They tell novelists, write the book that you want to read. Well, I'm going to create the YouTube channel that I want to be a viewer of. So stay tuned for a lot of off-topic stuff. I'm really, really excited about that. I'm going to be bringing in, excuse me, I'm going to be bringing in quite a few guests in the future and we're just going to jam on things. Plan is to not be doing typical kind of podcasty type interviews where I ask people like what their number one secret is for XYZ. It's going to be a little more casual than that, and hopefully a little more off topic. Not talking so much about the business stuff. So those are a couple things that I want to share with you. Looking at my notes again, I'm also going to be sharing with you, just really giving you a peek behind the scenes as far as like how I'm going about doing things, like some of the excuse me, some of the projects I'm working on, like, and how I'm going about doing it, like where I am in the process. For example, like how I'm training for my next jiu-jitsu competition. I'm also going to be sharing with you how I'm preparing for an upcoming speech that I'm giving. I'm also going to be sharing with you how I'm preparing for an upcoming live event I'm putting on, how I'm preparing for a launch that I'm doing, what the whole structure is, really showing you kind of that behind the scenes stuff that really nobody's really, from what I tell, no one's really showing you this kind of stuff. So that's what I have in mind for you. So hopefully that's what I'm really excited about. And the goal is to, and I'm posting this video to give myself some accountability, is my goal is to be putting out more videos. My goal is to be putting out hopefully at least 2 to 3 videos per week. My goal is 3 videos per week. That is my commitment. That is my goal. I have some pretty good runway here where I'm not traveling, where I will be able to produce a good amount of videos. Again, they're probably not all going to be the highest quality. They might all be fancily edited. But again, that's kind of part of it. It's like just being real with you. So I'm going to be recording more videos. We're going to have some special guests. And just really excited about it. So that is my update. This is the rebooted Ron Reich YouTube channel. And I'm just really, if you made it this far, I really appreciate you. I really am excited for everything that's going to come. I know you're going to get a ton of value out of this channel. It's going to be really fun, really informative. And yeah, I would love to hear from you. If you just have any insights for me, anything you want to share with me, anything you're excited about, please let me know in the comments below, and we will go from there. Stay tuned for more awesomeness. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.